think we're live.
I'm refreshing on my
Might be
end to
live.
double check. Yes, we're live on Twitch. Let me
Excellent.
check on YouTube. We are live on YouTube.
Where's Stream Elements? Come on, Stream Elements. There's Stream Elements. Always the first one here to welcome us.
Shout out Stream Elements. Let me check on this end how everything is looking.
Saki, what time is it there? Is it 8?
It's 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
To the Alex, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Silex Fan 2, hello. Doing pretty well. Yodo Garrick, hello. Sarah Poof, hello. Thanks for joining us.
We got a bunch of folks in the chat already, huh?
Yeah.
What up, Stream Elements, Silex Fan, Yoda Garrick, Sarah Poof, and Do the Alex, the OG.
Elena, hello. Welcome. Unique Paradise, hello.
Ooh, Unique Paradise in the house.
Thanks for stopping by.
What's up?
How's everyone doing? On this
Good
fine
morning, everybody.
Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Doing well, Melina, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we missed the last week's stream. Had to do some prep work on some upcoming stuff, like our Level Up Expo appearance, which will be next week.
Yeah, next week.
Already around the corner.
That's pretty wild.
Any
That's
folks in
very
Las
soon.
Vegas? Any folks in LV going to Level Up Expo? Catch you there.
Before we get too far into this, I should ask, can you hear all of us? And can you see all of us? Hello, can you hear
Sounds
me?
good.
Hello.
Can you hear Saki? Can you hear Bruce?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Are y'all audible? Can see and hear you
Looks
all.
like-
Thank you. Okay.
Nice. That's good.
Yodo Garrick, will you two specifically be there? Yes, Bruce and I will be at Level Up Expo in Las Vegas.
We will. And Rob, too, for those Rob
Yeah.
fans out there.
And Troy for any Troy
For
fans.
those
out
Troy
there.
fans. And now, for
And now,
the Now
too,
fans. Now made a special appearance. I think last time was like our Halloween stream or something like that. Last
Yeah,
time
was
she had like
our 9 Rip
a
stream?
wild, yeah, she had like a wild, scary story video that she sent. That was pretty funny.
Spring the Rabbit, hello.
Spring the Rabbit. Shout out Spring the Rabbit.
All right.
TJ Roberts in the house too.
Oh, TJ Roberts. How's it going?
What up, TJ
See
Roberts?
and hear us loud and clear? Awesome. To the Alex, you live in the UK. I didn't know that.
You live in the Ook? You living in that Ook? Shout out Ook.
All right, let's kick it off. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're here and we're live. It's IFI Live. Live. We're here.
Live
I'm
on
Shay.
stereo.
Hello.
Hello, and I am Bruce.
And we are joined by a very special guest today, Saki from our localization team. Saki, would you like to say hello to the chat?
Hello.
Um,
Hello, everyone. I'm I'm Saki. For those who probably don't know me, I am really excited to be here. I'm a little nervous because it's my very first live stream, but yeah, I'm more excited right now. So let's have fun.
yeah. Thanks so
welcome.
much for joining us. For your first live stream. Wow. I just snapped a thing out of my headphones. Okay, it's good now. We're good. Your first live stream. You're never gonna forget your first live stream. I think mine, as I forget what my first live stream was. I played Neptunia Shooter on my first live stream, and it was a wild experience. I looked very nervous on that. Thanks for joining us. And you worked on Battlefield Waltz,
Yes.
which we're going to talk about today. I guess before we get into Battlefield Waltz, a little bit of housekeeping.
Let's do it.
Bruce, what do we have for the folks at home today?
We got a whole lot of stuff happening. I think we can top it off with the game we'll be discussing today, that's Battlefield Waltz. We have a Plus
Yes.
edition that is out now. The game just came out this month, so we have some Plus editions still available. I'm going to throw some links in the chat for you all there. Grab one if you want one. Comes with a nice hardcover art book and stories, and an exclusive trading card. We unboxed it a while back. You can go back into the stream archive and check out either on YouTube or Twitch, or maybe not on Twitch, maybe just on YouTube, and check out that unboxing. And if you want to take a look at it, but that's currently available to purchase. We also have the limited edition for Death End Request Code Z that is now available for pre-order. The game is coming out on the 13th of May, so it is right around the corner. So if you're interested in grabbing the limited edition for Death End Request Code Z, you can pre-order it now. We also unboxed that thing not too long ago, showed you the Sayaka mouse pad and the nice large box that it's housed in, also an official soundtrack and an art book with some with a novel in it as well. So that's up and ready for pre-order. And speaking of pre-orders, we also have the Scarlet Salvation Standard Edition. Scarlet Salvation is a new IP that will be released on May 29th worldwide. And we have that standard edition ready for pre-order on PS5 and PS4. What else we got? We got some Steam limited editions that we just announced recently. The first will be Neptunia Riders versus Dogus. Now you can now get a limited edition on Steam.
Magazine edition.
I'll put that link. Magazine edition. Magazine edition on
but it
Steam.
Is limited.
It is limited, and you will be receiving the physical contents upon purchase, but you will be receiving the Steam key upon launch of the game.
Yes.
And that is the same for our Toho Spell Carnival limited edition, which was just announced, I believe, today. I think.
Yes, that was today.
Yeah, today. So you can check out the Toho Spell Carnival limited edition, also now available on Steam. It's available on a couple other consoles, but we just announced it for Steam, and you can purchase that today, receive the physical contents when you purchase it, and then you get a Steam key for the game when it is launched.
Yes.
So that's right. Do the Alex April 30th for Neptunia Riders vs. Dogus on Steam, and it is, I believe, May 7th for Toho Spell Carnival on Steam. So both of these are right around the corner as well. So grab those limited editions. There's also some deluxe editions too, if you purchase them digitally. Even for Battlefield Waltz, there's also a digital deluxe edition that comes with a digital art book. So check all that stuff out at your nearest, I guess for the digital ones would be your eShop, your nearest eShop, which would be at your hand of your Nintendo Switch. I think that's that's it.
I think that'll do it. I guess, do we want to kick things off with a trailer?
Yeah, sure. So upon the launch on April 8th, wow, already 8 days ago, of Battlefield Waltz, we released a launch trailer, which I remember when I first received this launch trailer, I think Saki actually sent it to me, and kind of was, if I recall, the person that was like, hey, we should maybe get this out to fans in the West in a localized version. So she has a hand in why you'll be able to watch that right now. Yeah. So I'm going to put that on my screen and then share my screen, and we can check that out. Let's see. Let's put this on full screen. Or wait, I have to share first. Discord, people. All right, so we're gonna hit this one and then go live. Okay. And I'm gonna full screen it, and if there's any audio issues, maybe shake and adjust.
Yes.
Can you see this?
I think.
Is everybody seeing that?
I think they should see it.
Okay, cool.
right. That's a very cool trailer. I love the animation.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Pretty great. I think does a good job of showing off everybody to the main cast and
Yeah.
everything. So um, that's a fun one. What y'all think about that? That launch trailer. How y'all feeling about the launch? Hope you're excited about it if you haven't already been playing it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think maybe we can dive into a little bit of a conversation
Yeah.
about this game. Maybe Saki, you can talk a little bit about your experience working on it. Is there anything that stood out to you when you worked on the game, or maybe you can talk a little bit about some of your favorite parts of working on the game, or anything like that?
Yes. So, for me, I felt like Battlefield Waltz was a pretty unique one because, compared to the other autonomies I've worked previously, it was kind of severe by some means because, it was located in a battlefield or,
Hmm.
yeah, or Nirvana. So, at first um, I kind of thought about how to approach it. I felt like it shouldn't be like all sweet because, it can be really serious at parts and it's not like necessarily oriented around romance. So I kind of approached it as a certain girl's story or life story as, you know, a person who's involved in the military. So I kind of felt like I'm also, you know, um, growing up with her.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's the word. So yeah, it was. I felt attached to the characters pretty easily, and I had a lot of fun experience with that project.
That's interesting. I think I feel like I've worked on a couple of other Otome games that kind of had like maybe a serious setting, but when it came down to the game, it still kind of revolved around the romance and stuff too. And Waltz, it's the same, but I think more so there is that serious tone, right? There is that uh, less of a feel that it's just like characters getting to know each other, but with this thing looming in the background, right? So that's interesting. You mentioned other games you've worked on previously. What are some of those titles that you worked on previously that maybe our fans are aware of?
So my first otome in IFI was Cupid Parasite, and I can easily say that that's also not necessarily romance, but I think romance was a more bigger aspect in the than Waltz.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's why I said not necessarily around romance, but and also I worked on Sympathy Kiss,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and I was also the localization coordinator for Nine Rip,
Mm.
and oh, and I also worked on my next life as a villainess,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and that I think that's it to me.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much like all of our most recent
Yeah.
releases, right? And some of those are some fan favorites I'm seeing: Nine
Hmm.
Rip, Cupid Parasite. Um, so I think you have a pretty good, well-rounded experience of the different kinds of otomes that we've put out of recent. There's a question in the chat. Who's Saki's favorite LI? I'm assuming in Battlefield Waltz.
Yeah.
In Battlefield Waltz,
Yeah.
I yes I do have a favorite, and it's Nikkei.
Mm.
Mm.
I think that's one of the fan favorites in among Japanese fans too. But yeah, he easily became my favorite too.
Yeah,
And
he's like the medic,
most
right?
people, yeah.
Go ahead. You were saying something else.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I'm pretty sure you'll find the reason why he's everyone's favorite pretty
Oh, I
soon if
see.
you yeah.
For those of you playing right now, you might see what stands out about Nikkei. Uh, cool. That's interesting. What are some? I'm assuming you've worked on maybe some other games aside from Otome, or you've mainly done localization stuff for Otome as of recent.
For IFI, it's Otome. Yeah.
Yeah, just mainly Otome. Cool. And speaking of Waltz and characters, we do have also a character trailer, or several character trailers that are currently live, but we won't be able to show all of them, unfortunately. But we will show the first that was published, and it is for Able. So this one will give you a little bit of a snapshot at the LI Able, and maybe we can talk a little bit about the uniqueness of all the characters afterwards. But let me share my screen one more time, and then we'll jump into Abel's trailer. Go live. Oh, there it goes. Full screen this.
Tripped over a pebble, sprained her ankle. All
right. So that was the first of our character trailers that we have one for each of the love interests and you can check them out on our YouTube. And if you're interested in checking out some of the other characters, they're all pretty fun to check out.
Yeah.
Let me get our friend over here.
I guess Saki. So, who's your favorite to write? Which route was your favorite to write or to work on? Was it
Hmm.
Nikkei or was it a different guy?
I can say it was Nikkei.
Nikkei.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Not only he was my favorite LI as a
Mm-hmm.
character, his story was also my favorite too.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think all of the characters from what I've seen when I've been checking out all of the stuff that we've worked on the marketing end, they seem like pretty unique. And I did notice that among the chatter and like our social posts um, and our comment sections in our videos, there were some characters that seemed to have stood out to folks. And I think, if I recall, maybe Lustin was one of them, and Wilhelm was one also. And there's character trailers for both of those folks out. But maybe we also can talk a little bit about the protagonist. How did you feel
Yeah.
about Lan as a protagonist, maybe compared to the protagonists we've seen in other otomes that you've worked on? Um, how did you feel about the way maybe Lan was represented in Battlefield Waltz?
Hmm. I just really think that she went through a lot.
Mm,
I won't go into detail because I'm just to avoid spoilers.
Sure.
that
But
makes sense.
yeah, but um I think I mean she has to fight for her life, obviously. So she went through a lot of risks, and I just couldn't help but feel bad for her to, go through all that. But also I think she was portrayed as a strong lady because I mean not only physically but also mentally for yeah. So it was also a challenge to not make, you know, oh, I think I should say this first, but I think if you go through the game, you'll realize that she kind of has a motherly side inside her. So I was one of the challenges I faced was how to not make that sound too um, selfless,
Mm.
because she does have a self, and she does have a personality,
Yeah.
but she is also really caring. So yeah, that was pretty hard to balance, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting
Like,
that you bring that up. I think, well, from like the initial plot, we all know that she loses her father and the village, right? So, or her hometown. So, like, her story kind of just starts in tragedy from there, and to be immediately in this, military setting right afterwards, I guess I do see what you mean. Like, she has to be physically able to be in the military, but also mentally strong to overcome the tragedy she's starting off with and also face whatever is to come afterwards. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I think one thing that stood out to me about this game was the art style. I feel like when you compare it to something like maybe like Nine Rip or Nine RIP, um, the the I guess maybe that comes to mind because that was one of our more recent titles prior to this. The more like colorful pastel tones in this game kind of stood out to me. How'd you feel about the art style overall when you worked on this game?
I really liked the aesthetics of this game overall. It was I don't know, maybe because it was, mostly blue or light blue. I
Mm.
think it had a pretty calming and warm
Yeah.
kind of atmosphere despite being oriented in or taking place in the battlefield. So I think it really shows how this game goes because I mean it's mostly set on a military school, so it's so you can also see the characters having a regular school life, but yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I
yeah,
think
yeah, that's hard.
that's a
Yeah.
very cool thing to point out. Yeah, it definitely does. I get what you mean by like the calmingness of the colors too. Let's see what some of the folks in the chat. If y'all have any questions you want to bring up too, that'd be nice to push forward here. Unique Paradises, they be lustin' for lustin', that's for sure. That's a good one. Uh, let's see what else we got going on here.
Chill battlefield with handsome dudes.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the vibes. Chill battlefield, handsome dudes. And they got some weapons too. If y'all saw, we're looking at the promo trailer. It's kind of cool to see everybody's style. What's up, Christopher Hartman? Shout out, Christopher Hartman. I think one thing that stood out to me, even just looking at both the launch trailer and the Abel character trailer that we just watched, the music stands out. I think there's a nice epic feel in like the launch trailer song we just heard, but then there's also kind of like that maybe more easygoing kind of sound that we got in that short scene with Abel too. How did you feel about the music and maybe how it affected the game overall?
I think Battlefield Waltz has my favorite soundtrack among all of the automates I worked on because well, as myself as a musician, I really appreciate the sound of the epic kind of sound of orchestras and also the heartwarming sound of the guitar that you saw in the trailer for Abel.
Yeah.
So and it was really, I think it really added up to the story, and all of the music that was chosen in each part was very appropriate. So yeah, I think that's definitely one of the biggest charms of this game too.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that you're a musician too. I do remember when Tammy, our design team member, was working on the art for you. There was a piano included in the art too, but I guess I didn't really ask too much about your background in music. So, if you're open to talking a little bit more about it, what's your background in music?
So I've been playing the piano since I was 6. It's not
Oh
that
wow!
early, but yes, I still take lessons. I still play it as a hobby. And also when I was in junior high and high school, I belonged to the school's wind orchestra and played the clarinet. So I was definitely more of a music person than an art person in my entire life.
That's interesting. So, piano and clarinet, huh? That's
Yes,
and do you still play much clarinet still, or is it more piano?
it's definitely more piano. Because for the clarinet, it's much more fun to play with others.
Right.
But for piano, I can just play whenever I want, basically.
That's cool. That's so cool. It's interesting. I think a lot of our IFI team members have their hands in music in some way. So
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting that um, you do as well. So it's that stands out. So maybe we can talk a little bit more about your history with IFI too. What was the first project you worked on? Was that Cupid? You said
Yes, it was Cupid.
Cupid. So that was the fan disc. That was Sweet and Spicy Darling,
Unless
or
the
the
original.
original. Oh, the
Yeah,
original,
Oh
huh?
wow.
yeah, the
Nice.
original.
Wow. So you've been working since back then, and how did that first experience go for you, being a part of the team and working on something like that?
Hmm. For Cupid Parasite in particular, it was. I think it was the very first job I had because I was still in college at the time, and so I didn't really know how the localization process worked or how I should do with translations. But I gradually got to know how it worked, and I had a lot of fun with it because it it kind of felt like I was translating a novel, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because Otome is kind of a visual novel. So and also um Qubit Parasite itself was a really fun game to work on. Is and I'm to be very not honest, I haven't really played any before Cupid Parasite, so it was a really entirely new experience to me, and I had a lot of fun with it.
There's a question in the chat. Who's your favorite love interest from Cupid Parasite?
Huh.
Maybe a long time ago now, but maybe you think about who stood out to you back then.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think when we've talked about previously, I'm a Ryuki fan myself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ryuki.
I forget who I picked for
Um.
my if I bake.
I think you picked Peter.
Was it Peter?
No, wait, no, you picked Shelby.
It was Shelby. Shelby
I
Snail. Yeah,
picked
because I made
yeah.
the yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked Shelby as a character too,
Shelby
but
Snail.
I think I liked Peter too because that was also the red I worked on. But I got to say I think my favorite is Raul.
Oh,
Raul. Okay.
okay.
Because
Got a Raoul fan.
yeah, he had the little nerdy side, didn't he?
Hmm.
About myths, and I actually really liked about that, and it was kind of relatable. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, maybe a little bit different from what we're talking about in Otome, but I'm assuming you have time. When you do have time, you also are playing some other games outside of our IFI games. Is there something that you've been playing recently, or maybe some favorite games that you have that you want to talk about? Just kind of get a little to know you a little bit more.
Um. So my gaming history isn't that deep yet because I've always played Nintendo games as a kid, and then I finally started to play the other games only after I entered college, I believe. And recently I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy because I don't think I've ever told this to anybody, but I used to be a really big Potter fan, and I still am. I just say I used to be, but I still am. And yeah, so far really having fun, you know, exploring around Hogwarts, and yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, I think we have a few Harry Potter fans in IFI for sure. I think I've seen the conversations come up for sure. That's cool. Aside from gaming and music, is there anything else that you like to do in your free time when you do have free time?
Yes, I do read, and also I really like baking pastries,
Oh, really?
and oh yeah, I do, and I think they're outside my door right now, but I do have two cats, and I do
You
love
do.
playing with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think IFI is a big cat family too. There's a lot of
Yes.
cat owners and a lot of
Right.
bakers too. I'm realizing we have
Yeah. We
a
gotta
lot
get
of
you on the
bakers too.
next if I bake.
Yeah, I think we've
Yeah.
done two baking streams, two, right?
We've done two. Yeah. Wait.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Two.
If
when you're
only
in
I
the
was.
states,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe next time you're in the states, we'll plan it out so we can see what you got.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know if we actually mentioned, but Saki is in Japan.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
So it's tomorrow, right now, right?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Today's the 17th here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still the 16th here, but yeah, Saki's in the future. I hope it's nice. I hope it's well.
It's a sunny day.
Good. Sunny
Yeah.
day.
It's
I'll
a
take
sunny
it.
day.
So
What are you
yeah,
reading,
Japan.
Saki? What are you reading currently?
Um, I've mostly been reading Japanese books, but
Mm.
recently I got into the series called The Poppy War, if anyone
Oh, I've heard of
knows
that.
about it. It was in
Yeah.
recommendation from Anna from the team.
Okay, how is that?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I've
It,
heard of it before. I wanted to pick that up at one
yeah, it's a fantasy novel that's
point.
set that's um that was inspired by China, I
Mm-hmm.
believe. And I haven't got into it like too deep into it yet. I'm only in the very first introduction. I
Mm-hmm.
just got over it. And so I can't really speak about it a lot, but so far I find it really fun to read.
Nice.
And yeah, I wasn't really familiar with Chinese culture, but I think I got to know a lot about it too.
That's cool.
That's interesting. I think, yeah, Anna's joined us on our live streams before too, so um, our fans might be familiar with her as well. And what are your cats' names?
Other names are Ren and Kon,
Mm-hmm.
and if it literally means lotus and root in Japanese. So
Wow,
yeah, we named them after the vessel. Yeah.
that's so cute. I've seen pictures of them, and they're quite adorable. So
They
you only got
are.
them just recently, huh?
Yeah, it was 3 months ago,
Oh.
Yeah, little
but they're
guys.
twice as big as they were when they first came.
They grow up quick.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do, huh?
they're meowing all
Okay,
the time.
I think maybe we can bring it back a little bit now to some Waltz stuff.
Uh-huh.
Now that we've kind of talked a little bit about getting to know you a little bit more. Um, when it came down to Waltz, how did you feel about the main route? I guess prior to selecting a character, do you feel like the story builds up in a certain way, or did you feel like it didn't really pick up until you actually got into one of the main routes?
Um, so I think the first route prior to the individual routes were I think it was a whole character arc itself too. So I
Yeah,
think we got to know a lot about the protagonist and what she had to go through. So I think that route itself is pretty satisfying in its own.
that's
So
interesting.
in
Go ahead.
terms of yeah, sorry. In
No, no.
terms of allies, I think you should definitely go to the individual routes to know them better for sure. So I kind of consider the first few chapters as the protagonist's story,
Mm.
I should say. Yeah.
That's an interesting. I know that's like I guess from my experience with Otome, um, the 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 main routes before selecting a love interest route, they kind of just set up the plot. I don't know if I really ever have played one where it feels like a character out for like the protagonist. So that's an interesting way to describe it. And I did notice that there is also a lot of like side characters in Battlefield. Oh, who's that?
Hello.
This is Ponies here.
So cute.
Sorry to interrupt you. So.
No, no, it's okay. Cat interruptions are totally fine. Oh yeah, I was saying, I did notice that there's like a lot of side characters that stand out as far as designs go. Like I remember seeing Asuka or Guido, and they kind of just look cool from looking at them. But were there any characters maybe that you worked on that were side characters or that you noticed when you were playing through the routes that stood out to you?
I was I really really liked Asaka's character. It's-
Yeah,
He was really supportive and yeah, and his design itself I really liked it. And also I really liked the protagonist's best friend Yuriana. Yes,
Mm.
I think she was a really, really great friend to have. And I think her character itself was also very enjoyable. And I really like translating her lines too. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different variety even in the side characters from just looking at how they are represented. So that's interesting. Oh, we got a cat number two now, huh?
Yeah, Ren is also here. The brothers are here.
They're adorable. I like that you got them. They're two drastically different colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, one is silver tabby and the other one is orange. They're they're brothers from
Yeah.
they have the
Oh,
same
they're
color.
actual. Oh, wow. That's so
Yeah.
cool. That's very cool.
I was
Okay.
surprised.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was surprised too because they, looked very different. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they do
apparently
look
they
different.
are related. Yeah.
I think. Let's see. I was gonna ask something else. So I noticed when I was doing the work on the marketing side for Battlefield Waltz that a lot of world building is created around Nirvana and the continent of Ortesia, and then we have like the whole different groups of people like Milvaria and Hasul and Digroth. And how did you feel about that presentation in the game? Was it kind of just in the background as you were playing these routes, or did you feel like they were always at the forefront?
Um, I think they were at the forefront because it's very lore heavy,
Yeah,
I should say. But,
yeah,
but I definitely like to know more about it. Sure.
yeah. I definitely got that impression when I was looking at a lot of this stuff for sure. Okay, I think maybe we talked a little bit about this shit. Maybe we can do a little bit of a giveaway, get a little
Yeah,
giveaway
let's
going
let's
on.
do a little giveaway of this here video game, Battlefield
We got.
Waltz.
How
We're
does that
gonna
giveaway sound for y'all?
we're gonna give away a game key, which you can put
Hmm.
in put in your Switch. You just plug it in, and then you'll get back a whole video game that you can download right there on the Switch. I have to set it up, so give me one moment.
We're gonna go
Uh,
dark a little bit for
we're
a
gonna
second.
go. Yeah, I think literally, you probably can't see anything right now, but you can hear us. So hello everybody.
How's it
Hope you're
going,
doing
everybody?
well. Saki, what's your favorite book of all time?
Oh, that's a very difficult question.
Sorry.
Hmm.
What?
Maybe top
Well, okay,
five, or
maybe yeah. It
one
doesn't
of
have
your
to
top
be
five.
just a book, a favorite.
Um,
You mentioned you were a Harry Potter fan. Oh, here's a question. Have you read The Hunger Games?
I'm ashamed to say not yet,
Ah,
but
you
it's
gotta.
definitely up in my reading list.
Okay, I just read the
So
latest one, and I'm rereading all the other ones. You gotta read them.
definitely, I did watch the film,
You
the
did.
first one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Oh, just the first one?
yeah.
You
I
gotta.
really need. I'm really interested in the others too.
They're real good.
Um, but one book that excuse me, what I really appreciated and loved when I first read it was Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro.
Oh, nice.
That was a really memorable one to me.
What
Nice.
is
That's
that
one on
about?
my reading list.
I'm not familiar
It,
with it. What's that about?
it's about orphans who were raised to kind of give their kidneys away to people.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm not gonna elaborate further to avoid spoilers, but yeah,
Yeah, there's a film rendition too. They made it into a film later. If you
yeah.
want to
I
check out a
think there
movie.
were, yeah, there was one English film, and it was also remade as a TV series in Japan too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
Huh.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That's so cool. Yeah, I've actually tried to read as many Japanese author books. I don't read them in Japanese, obviously. I get translations, but I do like Kobo Abe a lot. So like The
Oh,
Boxman or Secret Rendezvous. They're kind of like weird and stuff, but that's kind of what I lean towards.
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, his books are weird, but yeah, I think they're great though still.
Yeah,
Weird
I
is
like
not
them a lot.
simultaneously bad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think
How's that?
I set up the giveaway. I'm gonna click a button, and then maybe the giveaway will begin. Okay, the giveaway has begun. If you
Has
want
begun.
to enter for a chance to win, just type !enter. You could do this on YouTube or Twitch. Either way. And this is for one digital game key for Nintendo Switch from Battlefield Waltz. You go into the eShop, you put in that key, and it's gonna say, "Hey, you've just got Battlefield Waltz, so you could be playing this thing within the hour. You could be in the world, Battlefield Waltz on the battlefield at Nirvana."
Yeah, in the continent of Ortesia. And since the game is out, we'll be able to just send you the key right after this. So whoever wins will receive the key right after. Let's see. Make sure you enter, everybody. Exclamation point, enter.
Let's see.
Oh, we got some more folks in there. What up, Panda P1? What's up, yo?
Last few seconds. I think I said it's 2 minutes, but
What's up, Tets?
Oh, Kazumi Yoda, you gotta fix that enter. There you go.
Int 4. Nice. Good luck, everybody.
Saki, have you played Super Mario Sunshine?
I have it in my Switch for the three set ones with
Uh-huh.
Super Mario 64,
Yeah.
Sunshine, and Galaxy.
Yeah.
I've only played Galaxy in that yet. Too.
I was
So
just. Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just telling Bruce before the stream. I last Friday I had an urge to play Super Mario Sunshine, so I fired it up and I beat it the other day.
Did you play the original one?
Hmm?
I mean, what was the console for it again?
GameCube. It was a GameCube game.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Oh,
But no,
did you play
I played it on the one that you have, the
Oh,
the 3D. What is it? 3D All Stars.
3D All Stars.
yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, it's
I heard that the last level is insanely difficult.
it's difficult. Yeah, it is difficult.
It's a classic. It's a classic,
Yeah.
that's
Good.
for sure.
Okay, I think this is about to end. 1 second. Oh wait, I think it's actually over. I'm gonna pick the winner.
Oh, it's over.
The winner of this game key is Spring the
Ooh,
Rabbit.
Spring the Rabbit. Shout out Spring the Rabbit.
Spring the Rabbit. Bruce, I'm just gonna send you a little note here, just for our
Spring-
records.
Spring the Rabbit. Looks like
Spring
you are
the
on
Rabbit.
Twitch. You can send me a whisper on Twitch with your. Just confirm with me on Twitch that you received the win for this, and I will respond to you with your key right after the stream.
Right.
Congratulations, Spring the Rabbit. I think before we wrap this up, maybe we can do one more giveaway, and
One more
this one will
giveaway.
be for a Plus Edition. So we're giving a physical copy of the Plus Edition. So for those of you that are ready to enter, get ready while Shay sets this up.
All right. Hold on.
Speaking of Mario, Saki, have you played the new Mario Wonder?
Mario Wonder, I still haven't. I like to, definitely. But have you played it?
Yeah, actually, that's one I beat recently, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's I feel like the formula for Mario at like face value, it kind of feels like, oh, maybe I've done this a bunch of times already. It's gonna be some of the same old stuff, but surprisingly, they just keep it fresh, and I really liked it.
The elephant power up looks really cute.
Yeah, that's one
Yeah,
of the best parts about it, I'd say.
All
I
right,
really
For
got
this
to
sure.
try it.
this giveaway is set up if you want to try to enter,
Mm.
or if you want to enter for a chance to win, I should say. Type exclamation point enter. One thing I should note: if you are not in the United States, that is fine, but there may be fees that come up with shipping. Various. My brain is blanking on what they're called, but various
Uh,
fees.
Duties, right? Is it
Duty
duties?
fees. There may be duties and
Right.
other such fees. Yes, yes. So just be aware of that, which we're not unfortunately able to cover, but they may spring up. So just heads up on that.
Unfortunately, that's how it works. Ooh, I'm seeing some people in here. Siamese RPGer,
Uh-huh.
Jamaican player. Shout out Jamaican player.
Nice.
Renger. Oh, Sarah Poof's in the house too. She entered. And her daughter has that elephant Mario plush. That's got to be a cute one.
Got 30 more
I
seconds
heard-
here.
Let's see, Gigalox.
It's for a Battlefield Waltz Plus Edition on Nintendo Switch. Last couple of seconds here. You want to
Battlefield
enter.
Waltz Plus Edition.
All right.
Last few seconds.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2,
3,
1.
2, 1.
And
Ooh,
you can no
and it is
longer enter the
closed.
giveaway. It is closed. And let's pick a winner. The winner is Sarah Poof.
Sarah Poof!
Sarah
Poof is
Poof.
the winner of
Sarah
the
Poof,
Plus Edition.
congratulations.
I feel like Sarah Poof's entered like almost all of our giveaways, and I think this is the first time I'm seeing her actually win one. So congrats on the win, Sarah Poof.
Yeah, congratulations.
So I think on Discord you can send me your information, and we'll get that shipment set up for you, and we'll get that shipped out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And our other winner, Spring the Rabbit, if you could send me a whisper, or I'm going to do that right now so I don't forget. I'm just going to send you a whisper right now. I'm going to just say, yo. And then after this yo, when this stream ends, I will also send you a eShop key. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. I think
All
with
right.
that, we're going to call it a stream. Saki, thank you so much for joining us today. It was fun.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. Please
was very
come back
fun.
soon. And
Mhm.
yeah, with that, Battlefield Waltz, it's out now on Nintendo Switch. You can still get the Plus Edition over at the IFI Online Store. That's ifi.store. Or you can get it digitally
IFI.store.
on the eShop. We've got the deluxe edition, right, Bruce?
Right. Let me just grab some links real quick before we wrap
Yeah.
this out. For those of you that didn't win the Plus Edition, you can purchase it now on the IFI store. So
Uh-huh.
I'll send this over here. And as Shay was mentioning, there is also an eShop Deluxe Edition. So I'm gonna grab a quick link for that. And the Deluxe Edition comes with a digital art book. So
Yeah.
if you prefer grabbing a digital version of the game and you still want to look at some of the art, this digital deluxe edition should be right up your alley. And I got a link for y'all here too. So let me send that in the Twitch chat and then also in the YouTube chat. So support the Otome, y'all, if you want to see more of it. And that's it. That was a
That's it.
stream.
That's a stream. All right, everyone. We'll be back next week. I think, are we doing a morning stream next week? I think we
Yeah,
might have
morning
a
stream next week. It'll just be a regular just chatting stream with your boys,
9
chatting it
a.m.
up.
Pacific.
9 a.m. I'm expecting to see TJ Roberts ready for some cinema talk.
Uh-huh.
I'm expecting to see Do the Alex ready for some Neptunia talk. So
Uh-huh.
We'll see y'all folks next week.
Yep.